Okay, vegans, you've broken me. I think I've replied enough. The other day we lost my mum. My mum was 94, and in these times you start to think about wasting time, you know? And God, the countless hours that I've wasted responding to vegans. If you find a video about how we reversed my mum's cancer on an all-meat diet, and then jump in there having heard this and say she died of cancer. No, she didn't. She died of 2 bouts of pneumonia and she was 94. And so it's got nothing to do with that. So yeah, it makes me think how long I've spent replying so politely, so patiently to you guys. And you can find that underneath my various vids. There's lots of conversations where I've replied. But the trouble is, I think I've been too polite, I've been too English, wasted a lot of time. When eventually it goes through the same progression, you end up very offensive and insulting. And so, if you've been linked to this, you're a vegan who's popped up on my videos somewhere that I've just given this standard response to. You're probably young, you're on your first dietary experiment. You Google for 5 minutes and watch what the health or something like that, I should think. And it's just the same old info. It's like talking to the Borg Collective out of Star Trek. You all come up with exactly the same things. Same progression every time. So, just to let you know that I know exactly what's going to be posted, so not to bother, I've listed a few things here, so I am reading some notes to remind me, so that I don't forget any little thing that you come up with. So, this is how the conversation is going to progress, if I were to be bothered to answer, which I'm not going to anymore. Humans aren't designed to eat meat because they don't have the right teeth or digestive tract. Okay, yeah, well, just Google a little bit longer on that one. Meat is murder. Sure it is, but that's the way of the world. Vegan crops are genocide and also killing the planet and making humans very sick. You argue that most of your shitty grain and soy diet that makes you ill and mentally unstable goes to feed the feedlot animals. And yeah, we all agree that's wrong too, making for very sick animals. So, we agree on one thing. Global warming from farting cows. Don't be silly. Vegans fart more than cows. Farting and bloating is natural. This is something I've heard actually on a vegan bodybuilder lady's site. She looks fantastic, but she's written a massive, great long blog post on how farting and bloating is natural and how to avoid it. Just eat meat. Anyway, if you don't want to, just don't come to my house or work too near a naked flame, okay? The strongest animals eat grass. Yeah, they do. And we eat them. You want the intelligence of a cow? You eat like one. You aren't a doctor. Oh, this always comes up. Yeah, well, it's lucky because they've got one day of training in diet. There's a link below to my article of You're Not a Doctor, Who the Fuck Do You Think You Are? If you're really interested in how much study I've done, then have a look at that. Show us the studies. Don't you love that? Show us the studies. Useless epidemiological studies, never done on 100% carnivores anyway, just McDonald's eaters. Too many compounding factors. Dr. Greger says. I don't know, how can you keep referring back to this dude? Just look at him. The man's a skeleton. You know, in fact, he's a cannibal consuming his own body in a desperate bid to find animal protein. It can't be really a good source of info, surely. The China study. The World Health Authority says meat is carcinogenic. Trust these people if you want. Away you go. Saturated fat causes diabetes. You're bound to bring that one up. Or chicken, or some such wankery. I mean, okay. I'm a shill for the meat industry. I'm being paid thousands to go on about carnivory. Yeah, I wish. Hook me up if you can find anyone to pay me. I'm a liar. I never healed myself. It's just anecdotal evidence. Yeah, I faked it. I faked everything. And I faked the stuff about my mum as well, if you find that video. And the actual photographic evidence on that, yes, I probably photoshopped that, didn't I? Okay. I'm killing people with my flesh diet advice. Yeah, well, actually, I've been fixing broken vegans. See you soon. I'm an animal rapist. I think I'd remember any episode like that, you know. Links to vegan athletes and bodybuilders. Don't you come up with hundreds of them. I've seen them all. I've seen absolutely all of them. I honestly, if they look that good, great, but that's no guarantee of being healthy inside, even if they are vegan, and they have to supplement enormously. Anyway, I'm not refuting this. It's you know, if you want to be a really, really farty bodybuilder, go ahead. Heart disease. It causes heart disease because of the cholesterol theory. If you haven't figured out that crap yet, honestly, you're the last ones who haven't figured out that that's absolute nonsense. This one I love, you know. A child will always choose an apple over a rotting corpse. Yeah, all right, okay. Meat makes you violent. Yeah, I think you need to look at vegan comments to find the violence. You lot must be sneaking some meat, because you can be some nasty buggers now and again. Oh, and the blue zone thing, or all the imaginary vegan cultures that you think were vegan, who live way longer than meat eaters. Well, you know, obviously you never looked at 100% carnivores, you're still thinking about McDonald's eaters, but, you know, yeah, okay, well, I'll see you in Okinawa for some nice fish and pork, shall we? That's what they really eat. The brain runs on dietary glucose. Well, so how exactly am I talking after 2 years with zero? Is it fucking magic or something? Oh, okay. Look, there's probably a few I've forgotten, but if you suddenly remember 2 or 3 that I've forgotten, I've seen them all before as well. Remember, I used to be a vegan. I used to spout this stuff, but only until I Googled for 6 minutes rather than 5 minutes, you know. If you want to see my full story of how I've been through every single diet and really go through why I do know about this and why I have experience of all of this, there's a link below to another video as well. The truth is your diet's neither healthy nor good for the environment. It's ruining the ecology. It's killing millions of animals. It's making humans sick and getting into the heads of impressionable teenagers. It's dangerous all round. I don't troll vegan vids. I sometimes watch them for comedy value. And I find them quite shocking, really, quite disturbing. You forget most carnivores have been vegan, and we end up helping broken vegans to recover. Eat what you like, you know, and then come to us when you need us. We've all tried eating the sort of compost that you eat. It didn't work for us. I've not seen people go the other way. Maybe I will, I don't know. I can't see giving up steak for eating veg again and getting sick. Why don't you actually try carnivory? Try it for a month. And then you'll know whether all of this stuff is actually true that you say, or whether you'll feel so much better than you ever imagined and probably not attack people anymore. So, get the experience before you argue about it. And until then, fuck off from my channel, fuck off from my Facebook, until you have something that you actually know about what you're talking about, or something at least unique to say. Anyway, I've got lots of stuff to do in the next few days, so I think I've said enough, and I shall wander off and see you soon.